I'm going to be a good girl and I'm going to put my gloves on because I don't want to get sore hands because I've got quite a bit of jewellery to clean this time. That was so misleading, wasn't it? I'm going to be a good girl. Never a good girl. I've got some jewellery to clean. I've got these bits. Bring them up a bit closer. As you can see, very heavily tarnished and super awkward because it's got 1,000 tiny indentations, essentially, loads of little pockets. And I'm going to have to dip it, and I hate doing that. So I've got my dip, and I've got some clean water to wash it off immediately, and I've got some paper towel to dry it off, because I'm a little bit... See, when I clean jewellery, I don't want to make it shiny and new. One, I don't have the right equipment to make it shiny and new, because that would be proper jewellery equipment, and I've just got home stuff. And two, I sell vintage and antique jewellery. I don't like new stuff. If you want to buy new stuff, go to John Lewis, or wherever. Any other store could do. We don't want to take it back to as new. It's 150 years old. It's got this far in life. It's supposed to have a bit of age, what we'd call patina. Everyone loves that word. I hate these gloves. Yeah, so I'm going to try and shine it up a little bit, but without taking any of the age off it. We'll be sympathetic. This one is sort of 1970s, and as you can see, it's shiny, but it's tarnished, and it would come up nicely, but again, it's got some indents, and I'm just not even going to try to get into those. If you buy from me, you get stuff that's got age, and if you want it to be as new, then you can take it to a high street jeweller, and they'll dip it in the pickle, and they'll strip every single story from it, and then it'll just be new, and you could have just bought that in the first place. Right, we'll start with the scary one that I hate dipping things. I'm going to stick it in there, and we're going to dip it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to take it out because it's harsh. It's a harsh chemical. You can see already that it's taken a lot of the age off that, a lot of the tarnish off. I can probably get into these bits of leaves, but I'm going to leave the rest of it. I'm not going to go any harder on that because it's 150 years old. It's supposed to look old. Right, make that go away because that's horrible chemical. Horrible chemicals. And I've lost the other one. Right, and then my favourite, silver wadding. And there are other products, and other people have said that other things are better, but these are my favourites. This is what my mum and dad used to use when I was a kid. I imagine they probably, well, my dad won't, but I imagine my mum still uses this. And when I cleared my dad's house, I took his silver wadding home with me. So I've got a lifetime supply now. It's going to last me forever. And that's it. And I'm using the black bit because it's still covered in chemicals. And as you can see, it's making it nice and shiny. So you don't need to use a new piece every time. And again, that's because the chemicals are quite harsh, and you just don't need to put harsh chemicals on your jewellery. After I've done this, I'll give it all a wash in warm soapy water, just to finish cleaning it up. See, that's coming up better. Oh, I keep hitting my camera. Someone was asking about that the other day, why the camera keeps wobbling. It's because I'm inept, and I don't have any intentions of becoming polished and brand new. I really don't. I'm as old and wonky as my jewellery, and will stay that way, thanks. It's boring being new, boring being perfect. Nobody's perfect. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I've got a new phrase that's been my favourite phrase for the last week or so, and it's basically that we are all absolutely perfect and flawed in every second of every day. And that's just how people are, isn't it? There's my washing finished, and it's going to beep all the way through. Never mind, I don't care. And it's fish tank, for anyone who's wondering about the leaky tap running toilet. It's my fish tank. It's just the soundtrack of my life. Right, I think that I might leave you at that because I don't like taking things too shiny. You see how the ivy leaves are still quite tarnished in the bright cut pattern, which was called bright cut because it was bright. But it's that contrast that I think makes antique jewellery. We've got a bit in here. So this is all going to someone. I have a customer, thank you very much. They bought a heap of stuff and this is all going to them. Where's, what have I done with it? Hiding. I think this one will be quite satisfying. And I could have just dipped it and that would get into all of these bits, but I said I don't like it. I don't like it, I'm not going to do it. If my customer wants that level of cleanliness and tidiness and perfection, then they can take it off to someone with professional equipment and they can do it for them. So this is an Ola Gorie piece from Orkney, probably dating from like 1990s, 2000s. I think it's supposed to be a bird. Yeah, zoomorphic kind of bird. Some crazy rose vine patterns or whatever they are inside. And that bit's going to annoy me. Maybe I am going to have to do something more to get in there. You see from the gloves how mucky I'd have come off. And sometimes I'm naughty and I just don't wear the gloves, but when I'm doing this amount of cleaning I will do, because we all know that chemicals getting into our skin and into our bodies isn't good for us. I'm a bit better than I was, by the way. I was being a princess yesterday going, oh, life's so hard, I feel so ill, and now I just sound terrible, but I feel much better. Right, you will do, and you aren't that bad. Look at how it's been riveted, isn't that cool? Interesting. Really interesting, actually. So there's not that much I can do other than make the high points shiny. Just realised that half of that probably wasn't on camera, sorry. Right, I'm done. I'll show you the finished products.